Well, joining us on set now is Rami Khouri. He is a senior fellow and professor at the American University of Beirut. Thanks very much for being with us, Rami. So I want to ask you, first of all, about this report in the Washington Post that Jamal Khashoggi's family in Saudi Arabia have been given money, so-called blood money payments. What do you make of that?
Well, you have to assume that the Washington Post checked this out carefully and believes it's correct, that the money is being paid. What's not clear is what is the purpose of the money. If it's supposed to silence the family from making any criticisms, and the family hasn't made any real public criticisms as far as we know, criticizing the government. If that's the purpose, then it's pretty bad news. The Saudis would probably say that this is their tradition of helping compensate families who've suffered an injustice or a crime of some sort. But it certainly looks like hush money to try to keep them quiet. If it is the latter, it's not going to work. If it's the former, that this is just the way the Saudis do things, then that's fine. But there's still a problem of the killers of Khashoggi have to be held accountable.
And how would you assess Saudi Arabia's relations, not just with the United States, but its place in the world as a result of this killing? I mean, many people at the time said that this would be a watershed moment. There will be a fundamental reevaluation of how other countries deal with the kingdom. Has that happened?
I think we're going through a really historic moment. The answer is yes. The answer to your question is yes. This is a significant moment, and there has been a serious reassessment by many important players around the world about their relationships with the Saudis and the culpability of the Saudis, not just for killing Khashoggi, but for what they've done in Yemen and what they've done internally, what they've done in the region. Around in Lebanon and other things that they've done around the region. The Saudis basically have always had two major criteria that help them achieve their policies. One is their moral standing as the guardians of Sunni Islam, as they see themselves, the holy places. The second one is endless amounts of money. Neither of those are going to be enough to cover up the killing of Khashoggi and the dismemberment and dissolving his body, if that's what actually happened, which seems to be the case. What's happened is that after 40, 50 years of the world basically kowtowing to the Saudis and being nice to them because they want their money, now, or their contracts, now a lot of people, including the American Congress, the German government, the EU, many other people around, and individual countries like Norway and Canada and others, are saying, look, the Saudis have to be held accountable for any kind of criminal or unethical or inhuman behavior, which is not just the killing of Khashoggi, but the continuous lying and covering up of that deed. And this is a historic moment where people are saying neither your money nor your moral standing will be able to cover up for this crime.
So it feels like a taboo has been broken then?
Absolutely. This is an important moment. And then some people are still trying to be on good terms with the Saudis because they want their money. People in the Arab world, people in Asia, other places. But many people in the Western world and many people in the Arab world are really angry at the Saudis and demand some kind of accountability, which of course should be demanded of all people in the Arab world or Israel or Turkey or Iran or anywhere else who commit crimes. But in this case, this is the dramatic focus now on the Saudis and Khashoggi's killing.
Good to speak with you as always, Rami Khouri. Thanks very much for being with us. Now,